Saving money feels responsible, but for most people, it is the reason they never escape survival. You were taught that saving is the foundation of wealth. Cut expenses, be disciplined, store cash. It sounds mature, it sounds intelligent. But millions follow this advice for decades and never move forward financially. That's not coincidence, that's design. Saving feels like movement because it produces a number that goes up. In a world where most people feel financially powerless, visibility matters. A growing balance gives psychological relief. It creates the sense that something is finally working. That control is comforting. You are no longer bleeding. You are no longer panicking. You are managing, and management gets confused for advancement. Discipline becomes the evidence. You delayed gratification. You said no. You resisted impulse. Society rewards that behavior with moral approval. You are called responsible, mature, wise. But responsibility is not the same thing as progress. It is often just compliance with limitation. The economic system does not reward how carefully you behave. It rewards how valuable, how scarce, and how leveraged you are. Saving does not alter any of those variables. Your skills do not become rarer because you saved. Your output does not increase because you saved. Your position in negotiations does not change because you saved. The market does not pay you more because you were disciplined. It pays you more when replacing you becomes expensive. Saving also does nothing to change your income structure. The ceiling remains exactly where it was. You are still exchanging time for money at the same rate. You are still bound by the same employer, the same clients, the same economic conditions. You have simply created a buffer inside a system that is still extracting from you. Leverage is what changes outcomes. Leverage means options. It means the ability to walk away, to negotiate, to choose timing. Leverage comes from assets, from ownership, from scalable skills, from positioning. Saving alone produces none of these. It only extends how long you can endure without them. Bargaining power comes from independence. When your survival depends on a single income stream, your power is limited no matter how large your emergency fund is. You may feel safer, but you are not freer. Safety without mobility is still confinement. This is where saving quietly turns into a trap at low income levels. When resources are scarce, every decision becomes defensive. You optimize for loss prevention. You avoid risk, not because risk is bad, but because you cannot afford mistakes. The goal shifts from growth to preservation, from expansion to endurance. Over time, this mindset hardens. Opportunities that require temporary instability are rejected. Investments in skills, tools, networks, or experiments feel irresponsible. Anything that reduces the balance, even if it increases future earning capacity, feels dangerous. The account becomes sacred. Growth becomes optional. Survival becomes a strategy. Saving in this context does not move you forward. It teaches you how to stay in place more comfortably. It improves how carefully you survive, not how powerfully you participate in the economy. And if income never rises, saving alone can never change your position. It can only slow the consequences of staying where you are. Every move is defensive. You start optimizing a small life instead of building a larger one. You track expenses perfectly. You cut small pleasures. You delay comfort. And yet the ceiling never moves. Because the problem was never spending. The problem was earning capacity. Saving does not raise your value in the market. It does not make your time more valuable. It does not multiply effort. It simply stretches limited resources across more time. Inflation quietly works against you. Money sitting still loses strength every year. What once felt secure slowly becomes inadequate. Emergencies arrive without warning. Medical bills, family obligations, unexpected repairs, and years of careful saving disappear in a moment. Not because you failed, but because saving was never designed to carry that weight. Saving slows financial bleeding. It does not heal the wound. Most people save what is left after life takes its share. Rent first, food first, transport first. Savings come last. Leftover money has no power. It has no leverage. It cannot change direction. You cannot escape a low-income reality by managing it more carefully. You cannot spreadsheet your way into a new class. Order does not replace scale. Discipline does not replace leverage. You don't budget your way out of poverty. You grow your way out. Saving feels safe because it reduces risk, but risk reduction is not the same as opportunity creation. Savings are meant to buy time. Time to think clearly. Time to avoid desperation. Time to make better decisions. That is their real role. Savings exist to absorb shocks, to prevent panic, to keep you functional when life applies pressure. They are not meant to build freedom. They are not meant to create wealth. They are not meant to change your trajectory. When people confuse stability for progress, they become disciplined prisoners of the same life. Wealth is built through expansion. Expansion of skills. Income expansion is what changes your trajectory, not restraint. When you increase the number of ways money can reach you, dependence weakens. One income stream keeps you obedient to its limits. Multiple streams introduce redundancy, optionality, and resilience. If one slows, another compensates. That alone alters how you negotiate, how you plan, and how you tolerate risk. Systems matter more than effort because effort is finite. A system continues when attention fades. When income requires constant presence, it caps itself at your energy and time. Systems detach reward from hours. They turn setup into momentum. They replace exhaustion with structure. Skills are the first multiplier. They increase earning power without increasing time. A valuable skill compresses effort into output. It makes you harder to replace. It allows you to charge more for the same hour or earn without being present at all. Skills are portable leverage. They move with you across employers, industries, and markets. Assets change the equation again. An asset produces cash flow whether you are rested or tired, whether you are present or absent. Ownership converts money into a worker that does not sleep. This is where income stops being purely reactive and starts becoming strategic. Businesses go further. A business, properly designed, separates the founder from the bottleneck. Processes replace presence. People replace the founder. Scale replaces repetition. Revenue is no longer chained to personal capacity. That is not hustle. That is architecture. Investments complete the structure. Compounding is time doing the work for you. It is slow, but it is relentless. It rewards patience only, after income and surplus exist. Without surplus, compounding has nothing to multiply. These are growth mechanisms. They expand the size of the economic engine itself. They increase what flows in, not just how carefully it is handled. Saving plays a role, but it is supportive, not transformative. It stabilizes emotions. It reduces panic. It creates breathing room. That calm is necessary, but calm alone does not create wealth. It only creates clarity. Wealth is built by increasing value creation, not by minimizing consumption forever. Income growth must come first because everything else depends on it. Leverage must come first because freedom follows options. Value creation must come first because the market only rewards usefulness at scale. Only after those are in motion does saving become powerful. At that point, saving captures surplus instead of starving growth. It preserves progress instead of replacing it. The correct role of saving is simple and limited. Save enough to stay calm. Save enough to avoid desperation. Beyond that, growth must do the heavy lifting. After that, saving more does not move the needle. What moves the needle is focus. Focus on becoming harder to replace. Focus on learning skills that the market pays for. Focus on creating income that is not tied directly to hours. Focus on assets that work while you sleep instead of money that sleeps while you work. If saving is your primary financial strategy, you have already accepted a ceiling, because safety without growth is just a slower version of stagnation. Saving money reduces fear, not dependence. It creates the feeling that you are protected. Bills can be handled. Small emergencies are no longer catastrophic. That sense of security is real, and it matters. But it is often mistaken for freedom, and the two are not the same. Security means you can absorb a hit. Freedom means you can choose a different direction. When income remains small, savings are structurally weak. They are not built to endure stress. They are built to delay it. Every expense draws from a limited pool that is not being refilled fast enough. Time becomes the enemy. Inflation erodes quietly. Costs rise unpredictably, and the balance only moves in one direction once pressure appears. This is why savings at low income levels are always temporary. They depend on stability continuing. They assume nothing breaks, nothing interrupts, nothing demands more than expected. But life does not respect assumptions. One illness, one job loss, one family obligation, one economic shift is enough to drain years of discipline. Stability is defensive. Its purpose is to prevent disaster. It keeps you afloat, not mobile. It stops you from sinking, but it does not move you toward shore. Growth is different. Growth creates surplus. Surplus creates options. Options create leverage. And leverage creates escape. Escape from bad jobs, escape from unfair terms, escape from being forced to accept whatever is offered. Most people follow the rules perfectly. They budget, they save, they avoid debt, they stay disciplined, and still they remain stuck. Not because they failed, but because they were solving the wrong problem. They optimize for safety in a system that rewards expansion. Doing everything right at a small scale only makes small-scale survival more efficient. It does not change your position. It does not change your power. It does not change your future. The uncomfortable truth is this: stability keeps you alive, but growth is what sets you free. And until income grows, savings will always be a thin wall between order and collapse, no matter how carefully it is maintained.